Hey, what's going on everyone? So today we're out here at Laurel Hill State Park and we're testing out the Sena Talkies. And if you've seen my review video on the Sena helmets, those things are a game changer when you're out with family, riding bicycles, being able to communicate while you're at a distance apart. It's definitely amazing. But today we're going to be testing out something else that they came out with, the Sena Talkies. And these also run on a mesh network and allow you to connect almost unlimited amount of people together to be able to communicate as a group when you're out, say you're out kayaking like we are here today. And what's amazing about these is I'll show you later in the video that these can communicate with some of their helmets as well, as long as you update your helmets to run on Mesh 3.0. Now when you get these units, they come with 4 different face plates each. You get a black, a white, a camo,
and an orange. So
you can change the multiple different face plates, and you have a bunch of different ways you can mount these. You can mount them with this clip to a necklace. You can use this and put it on a carabiner like this. You can mount it to your arm with the arm strap, and you can also mount it to the handlebars of a bicycle, which is awesome for cycling. So if you want to use these for cycling and you don't have the Sena helmets, you could get a pair of these, use them for cycling as well as hiking. If you're out here on the lake fishing with some buddies, you can use it to communicate. But these are estimated to go up to about 0.4 miles in range. So we're going to be testing that out today here. We're going to be taking a trip down this lake here, and we're going to see how they work as far as distance goes and just how they perform. But I do want to mention that Sena did send these out to us for testing and review. And if you guys are interested after watching this video, if you feel like they performed well enough for you and this is something you've been looking for, please consider using the link down below in the description when you make that purchase, and it will help support the channel. So let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead, unmute these. We have them on.
Mic on.
And you're going to be able to hear them talk through this into my mic here. So when they're talking, you're actually going to be hearing them come through my talkie onto this microphone. So what you're going to hear is exactly what I hear coming from them. Now, one thing I want to mention about these talkies is that when you're close to each other, like we are right now, they're going to be at a muted level. It automatically detects when you're close to each other and it mutes it so that you don't hear a bunch of echo. Now, that's not perfect. After testing these now for a few days while we've been here cycling, sometimes I feel like they mute when they shouldn't, like you're not close enough together, and sometimes they kick on and off high and low when you don't want them to. So I'm hoping that Sena sees this video and hopefully they can put a setting in the app where you can turn that feature off, or at least adjust the sensitivity so where you could turn the sensitivity up or down to perform a little bit better when you get close to each other. Because in my opinion, I don't really want them to mute unless I'm at least maybe 5 to 10 feet from each other. Sometimes we were like 30 feet apart and they were still lowering the volume on mine and I could barely hear them. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But they're gonna go ahead and start talking. Let's see if we can still hear them.
Yeah, when it mutes, it gets really quiet.
Yeah, mine's still loud. It works perfect right now.
All right, so they are right there. I would say that's probably, I don't know, it's hard to estimate, maybe like 150 feet away or so, 200 feet away, and I can hear them perfectly. I'm sure you guys can as well.
Preston, you gonna stand up?
I might.
See it.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Here he goes. Let's see. Yeah, buddy.
Standing up on the SUP. Is it tipsy, bud?
Yeah.
Now you paddle yourself while you're standing up. If your paddle's not long enough, you may have to extend it again.
All right, so my wife sounds like she's cutting out just slightly on my end, and sometimes that's going to depend how you're wearing these things. Right now I have it around my neck, so if I turn around and face away from them, it's going to block the signal a little bit, so I'm not going to get as good of transmission. If it was up here on my shoulder, I feel like it would be more of a clear line of sight, and maybe on my arm so that it would actually broadcast and not be blocked by me, but I could still hear them pretty good. Preston, you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, I can still hear him perfect, and he's way up there, so that's actually not bad.
I feel like I'm getting a little bit cutting in now.
He's like right in there, and then my wife is like right there. So you said it's cutting out, babe?
It was. It sounds good now.
All right.
It's cutting out for me a little bit too.
And one thing to keep in mind as I'm filming this, I am using Bluetooth on my DJI mic into my DJI Action 5, so that could be interfering just slightly. I'm going to turn it off in a little bit and kind of see if the signal gets better, and then I'll communicate that back to you guys, whether or not it does. All right, everyone, so you can actually rent kayaks and paddle boards over here. We actually rented them last year when we came up here, and it's about $15 per person per hour. So not too bad, but if you're out here as a family of 3 for, say, 2 hours, you're gonna have about 90 bucks in renting. So that's why we brought our own today. We can come out as many days of the week that we want. Come out here, test these, don't have to worry about time. Like last time when we rented them, me and my wife went down almost to the end and couldn't quite make it and had to come back because we were pushing that 1 hour time limit. And it's just nice to know you don't have a time limit when you're out here on your own. But like I said, you can always rent them there, and they are up there now. And so far they've been working pretty well. You guys there?
Yeah. Me and Preston are up ahead. We're pretty close to each other.
Good,
We're
bud.
gonna try before it does need it.
Preston, say something.
Yes.
All right, so he's cutting out now. I'm actually turning around backwards, so I'm blocking the signal. Let me see if I can get turned back around here. I bought some mounts for the kayak, for the GoPro, or for the Action 5, but I don't have the exact right ones and they wouldn't stay on, so. All right, we're gonna try to see if we can get a little closer to them. But so far up until this point, they've worked fairly well and haven't cut out, but they are starting to cut out a little bit right now.
Yeah, nice and up too.
Preston, you trying to stand up? So he's cutting out right now. He's like right there, and then my wife is right there a little further ahead. Go ahead and say something, guys. Yeah, so they're starting to cut out now. Let's see if we can catch them and see. I'm gonna see if I can get closer and see if it sounds a little better. This is kind of hard trying to hold this GoPro in between my legs like this, or Action 5. I always say GoPro, even though I got a new Action 5 camera.
I'm impressed.
Yep. Preston, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna jump in? Okay, so he's cutting out a little bit. How do I sound on your end? I feel like I'm getting a little bit closer and the signal's getting a little bit better, but they're still cutting out.
When you're crossing the water, it's really muddy. You can't tell.
Oh, I see Preston standing up. How is that standing up, bud?
What?
How is that standing up?
Yeah.
Make your paddle longer. Then you don't have to bend over rowing. Yeah.
All right, now I can hear them perfect. They're still pretty far away. So this is about the limit that you can get. I'm not sure exactly how far that is. Not quite sure it's 0.4 miles, although looks can be deceiving when you're on the wide open water like this. You good, bud?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so they're still coming in pretty clear.
Yeah, I quit paddling for a little bit. I'm going to start paddling again. I don't know if this next outfit is a fishing spot. I don't think so. I think it's still farther.
Like, get turned out.
All right, a little bit jumbled there on sound. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this Bluetooth off and see if it gets any better.
You know how, like, airplanes are aerodynamic?
All right, everyone, so I shut the camera off and the signal might have got just a little bit better, but not too much. Right now I'm about where I could hear them almost perfect, and I'm gonna paddle up to them. They're gonna stay where they're at, and we're gonna see exactly how far away they are. Babe, you're awfully quiet.
I have mine still.
Well, it might be jumbled because you guys are right next to each other. I'm not sure this is calculating my distance.
Well, that's why I had it muted, because we were right next to each other.
Well, no wonder why I couldn't really understand you. Now I can understand you perfect. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, now that I have my thing on.
Oh, well, how am I supposed to see how they're working when you don't even have it turned on?
Because it was through Preston's. Now Preston muted his.
Well, yeah, but
anyway, though.
But it made you not sound great. Sounds great now.
Great.
I'm getting there, but it's not calculating my mouse, so.
Frosted flakes, they're great. Am I supposed to be staying in the same spot?
Yeah. All right, guys, so that didn't work out. It did not calculate the mileage for me, probably because I don't really have good service. It does show it on the map, but it didn't show how far I went because I have like no service here, but that's about what you can expect. You could see in the video how far away they were from me. Well, obviously, when you're this close, you can hear each other perfectly. When your son doesn't mute his mic. Preston, you still there or you muted?
I'm here.
Okay, see, can hear him perfect. I can actually hear myself talking on my wife's. She must have it turned way up. Don't know why it's so loud.
Little minnows.
Yeah.
I like that big fish that I jump.
Huh?
I like that big fish that I saw jump.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, so we've been using these. They've been working fairly decent, but now they're working really well. I can barely see my wife way down there.
All the way up here.
My son's closer, he's right here. So maybe when you're spread out more, maybe they'll work better because I can hear them perfect.
Yeah, it sounds really good now. Let me turn around. Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, you're way up there. Maybe we just need spread out more.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of noticed that on the bikes as well. When we were riding bikes, every now and then they weren't the greatest, but once you start riding and kind of just like close and then forward and just, you know, just riding around like normal, they tend to get a lot better. And they've been actually pretty amazing even when using them on bicycles. At first I was like, man, this isn't going really super far, nowhere near 0.4 miles. But now that I can hear her perfectly and I can barely see her, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds really good now. I'm coming up to this dock after long transport the other day to come up here fishing.
Yeah, you're just now starting to cut out. And now I would say that's probably 0.4 miles because that's
Oh, I could touch the ground right here.
really far.
Oh, is it pretty shallow? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, I could just touch it with my paddle up here.
That's the ground.
I'll put a little arrow where my wife's at so you can see because you're probably not going to be able to see her here on camera. And then my son, he's here right there. My wife is right there.
I'm waving.
Yeah, I can barely see you waving. So what are we going to do for dinner tonight?
Hamburgers, hot dogs, maybe beans.
Wait, is this the place we were?
All right, so she's just now starting to cut out, but up until that point, she was sounding crystal clear. So
Good for me, good for me.
all right, she says I'm still sounding perfectly clear for her, and I mean I could still make everything she's saying out, no problem.
Yeah, it's just like a fade in and out kind of.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. So I don't know if it's connecting to his and then connecting to mine, like the mesh network does on the helmets, but I can hear them pretty well.
Where are you at? I'm behind them bushes.
Yeah, I can't even see you. You're behind the bushes now, way down there, and I can hear you perfect still.
No, you're behind the bushes.
Well, whatever. Somebody's behind the bushes. So yeah, now they're working pretty well. Let me know what you guys think. All right, everyone. So another good scenario for these talkies are bicycling. And you can see I'm wearing one of the talkies here, and my son is back there. I can actually hear myself talking on his talkie. So my son's back there wearing the Sena S1 helmet, and he's actually using that to communicate. So these are compatible with the cycling helmets. Now my wife is behind him with the Sena R2X helmet, and I was not able to update that one. Now in the manual I did see that these talkies said that they're backwards compatible with 2.0. However, there is no way as of now to go in the app and convert them to 2.0, but you can go in the helmet app if your helmets are updated, and you can make those work on the 3.0 mesh so that they're compatible with the talkies. So that's awesome. That's amazing if you already have helmets and you want to get a couple additional talkies to communicate with other riders. Say you like to wear, or your friend likes to wear his own helmet, you can just give him a talkie and still communicate with them, which is pretty amazing. So we're going to see how these work now. And go ahead, bud, say something.
I can't wait to go down to the lake and get on the kayaks and test these out more.
Babe, can you hear us back there?
So muted?
No, you're good.
Okay. I just saw like a dozen goldfinches in this field over here.
Oh, that's crazy. They work really well if you stay and maintain a decent distance like we are here. We're probably about, I don't know, 40, 50 feet apart. You can get way further than that. Actually, slow down, guys. I'm gonna keep going here and see if I can get pretty far distance and see how well they pick up. Overall, once you start riding, it seems like they're working really well. However, that near communication mute where it mutes, it seems like sometimes it works and it starts muting a little bit too early and they're not quite close enough to hear them talk, but then it mutes it so low that sometimes it's hard to hear them. Where are you guys at?
We're just where we're.
Go ahead, start calling your dad.
Yeah, you guys aren't even, yeah, they're still behind the trees back there. There they come. There's my son. He's pretty far back, a couple hundred feet. Can you hear me, bud?
Yep, I can hear you exactly perfect.
All right, awesome. Babe, can you hear me?
Yeah, you started to cut out a little tiny bit before I came out of the trees, but once I come out of the trees, it was clear.
All right, cool. So yeah, they're pretty far away right now, and I think I turned down the wrong road. Hold on. So there they are right there. I can hear them both. And they're not talking, so it's kind of hard to show you how it's working.
Yeah, that will take you down to the first
Yes.
one, because I'm that way also.
So now that I'm too close to my son, it actually lowered the volume on mine, and I could barely hear my wife talking. Now, if you're using the helmets, they're not gonna mute, and they're not gonna get lower in volume if you're close to somebody, because they don't have that function, but the talkies will, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping in the future that they can update that in the app to where you can turn that feature off so that it never gets lower in volume whenever they get close, because the helmets don't do that, and honestly, the helmets are amazing to use. But I'm loving these talkies as well. All right, guys, you guys start talking so I can.
Mine's been loud the whole time.
So my wife's has been loud the whole time, she said. But
Yeah, I love the helmet just because it
Yeah,
doesn't
Preston's quiet though.
mute, get quieter.
so my wife's saying Preston is quiet on hers.
Everyone's quiet on mine now.
Oh, so mine's not quiet. So maybe I'm wrong about mine muting. Sometimes it was muting when they were too close, but yet far enough away. And she's saying hers is a little bit quieter now, and mine's not. So I can hear both of them perfectly. And what's awesome,
Mine's go back and forth between loud and quiet.
yeah. So what's awesome though too is all three of us can talk at the same time, and you'll be able to hear all three voices. That might get a little bit jarbled if you have a ton of people on your mesh network, but you could change to the different channels. And I believe on the 3.0 mesh, if I remember correctly, once I updated the talkies, you only have 6 different channels, whereas on the helmets, when you're on the 2.0 mesh, you have 9 different channels. So you do lose a few different channels on functionality once you upgrade to the 3.0 mesh, but it's supposed to work better and further when you're on 3.0. All right, we're coming down here to where we can rent kayaks and canoes. All right, guys, you got to keep talking so we can hear.
I did. I said there's a couple people out on kayak.
Yeah, the river's still really muddy though from the rain. last
Yeah.
night.
Now I'm going to speed up and get a little bit more distance between them, and we're
Swimming in.
going to see when they cut out.
Oh, I'm pretty far back. I don't even see you guys.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys could hear her. She said she's far enough back she can't even see us.
She's at the bike and
No place now. Okay, I guess we're see Preston.
Yeah, so really good. I mean, we never bike this far apart typically. Like normally I would not be able to talk to them, would not be able to hear a thing they're saying.
Yeah, that's I don't know, 50 yards ahead of me.
yeah.
Yes, I can still hear both of them perfectly. Now, I'm not quite sure how well the mesh works as far as when you connect to one helmet, it should extend to the next helmet. I'm not sure if these talkies work the same way. Tried to test that, but I really didn't feel like it got much more distance, so I'm not sure if it extends the range.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, but I can't even see you.
Yeah, I can't see any of you. Yous are back in the tree somewhere in the trail.
Still hear you, but you sounded like a little choppy. I could still understand everything you're saying.
Yeah, I can understand you perfect. Actually, I don't even know where they're at. Where you guys at?
I'm in a big dip. Whoop.
There's my son way back there.
Hang on, I'll be coming around the bend in a second. I see you. You got red shorts on, right?
Yeah, I see her. She's way down there coming out of them trees. So really good. I can hear both of them perfectly. Hopefully you guys can hear them as well. Come on, guys.
We're just poking, slow poking.
I know. But yeah, so far working really well. Now, like I said, if you guys are too close together it does start limiting your volume, and sometimes a little bit too soon, and it is kind of hard to understand each other sometimes, but just spread out a little bit and the audio will work perfectly.
Yeah, when it gets quiet, it gets really quiet.
Yeah, and I'm very, very happy that they work with the existing helmets that we already have, because that's amazing. Now I have, I think, 5 helmets. 4 of them I know for sure are compatible with these talkies. And now I have 4 talkies, so I can have at least 8 people out riding, all talking at the same time if I'm on a group ride, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you did just get quiet, which is weird because me and Preston were really close together and it was still loud, and now he's ahead of me and now everyone's quiet.
How about
quiet?
How about
you're back?
Oh, see, you were good volume for me the whole time. You never got quiet on mine.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, guys. See, my wife's got quiet for some reason, but ours didn't. I feel like if they would put a feature in the app where you can either adjust the sensitivity of that or just be able to turn that off completely, you could tell from the video. You could see what I mean by the video sometimes when they mute. Let them get closer and we'll see when they mute. I'm gonna slow down here.
Yeah, I have some friends that are hard of hearing, and I thought these would be great to use when we go hiking together. But if we're too close and it mutes, I won't be able to hear her, and she definitely won't be able to hear me at that point.
Yeah, come on up, bud, because mine still hasn't muted yet. Good, you gotta say something.
Did it mute now?
No, not yet. See, he's like right by me and mine hasn't muted.
Yeah,
Mine's so loud.
Yeah, so sometimes they mute or get lower in volume and sometimes they don't. See, there comes my wife. Good, you guys gotta talk.
Yeah, I can hear
There,
you.
hers just got quiet. Mine got quiet. Hers is still loud. Now it got quiet. So it's cool. It's awesome when you get close to each other and you're trying to talk now because you can barely hear the echo. Whereas when you're wearing the helmets, it does get really annoying when you get really close and you have to just mute the mic. Yeah. But you can mute the mic on here too just by pressing that center button. Then it'll mute my voice and then they won't hear the echo.
And then Preston is still quiet on mine. Go ahead.
Mic on.
So I just turned my mic back on. So it is an awesome feature when you get really close. I just wish that it wouldn't lower the volume until you got super close like this, because sometimes I feel like it's a little bit off.
I'll let you know when it gets loud again. So far, it's quiet.
See, my wife's talking right now. You probably can't hear her, but her is still a little bit quiet on mine. I can't make out. Oh, there it goes. Now it just picked up. So you could see there, she was kind of far away from me, and I couldn't hear what she was saying for a few seconds, but it's loud now, and now I can hear her. So there may be certain times where you're not going to be able to hear each other, but overall, I think they work pretty amazing.
Yeah, if you just wait for it to kick back in, I mean, it's really not a long time. Oh, this is so bumpy. If you just wait, 30 seconds, it usually sorts itself back out.
Yeah, like I said, once you start riding and you start moving around different areas, they tend to seem like they work a little bit better. And if you don't hear the person, you can wait until it gets louder and then ask them to repeat. So it's not really that big of a deal.
We're just worried about the short way.
All right, they just went in that trail right there in the woods. Gotta keep talking, guys.
I want to take the scenic route. I don't want to take the shortcut. We came through on the shortcut, and then we'll go back on the scenic route.
Sure. We've been on the scenic route like 5 times already.
All
It's a little
right,
muddy, so
heading
be
in on the
careful.
Copper Kettle Trail, and we're gonna see how they work going down through there. I can't see them currently. Yeah, you guys can keep...
Am I quiet for you?
Nope, you're loud and clear, but be careful because some of this ground's pretty soft.
All right,
Wet.
I could see them way up there. They're probably, I don't know, 500 feet away, 600 feet.
Oh, guys, I'm in the front. Oh, Preston's catching up to me. Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang it.
Make sure you stop before we get to the road.
So yeah, they're pretty far ahead. I hope you guys can actually see that.
Oh, there's a test
All right, he's way up there on the road where that sunlight's at. She's just hitting it now. I can't really point because I'm hanging on to the handlebars.
I'm over here.
And they're turning into the park entrance down there.
Yep, this is the campground.
And I can't see them, so go ahead, talk.
Yeah, we are near the camp contact station where you would check in. Also where you could buy firewood, ice, and fire starters. It's nice that they have that available right here at the entrance. And it's not overpriced. $5 for a bundle of wood, $3 for a bag of ice.
There they
That's
are
reasonable.
up there. And yeah, so you can see they're working great, even on bikes, just pedaling around. These would have been awesome for us when we were hiking a few years back. We were in a rocky area. My wife's afraid of heights, and I went up around to check it out. These would have been great to have for that because I could have communicated back to her whether or not she can come up and where to step, what she can do. Another good scenario where I would have loved these was when I went to the Grand Canyon this past year. We rode e-bikes through the Grand Canyon, and I didn't have my Sena helmets with us. These would have been awesome to take for us to be able to communicate. So would have been awesome for that as well. Would have been able to pack them up easily in our luggage, take them to the Grand Canyon, and would have been able to communicate while we were riding e-bikes around the Grand Canyon. So these are definitely great for different use cases. Just don't expect a super far distance. Like I said, they're rated up to 0.4 miles. Sometimes they work way better than others, but that's how they perform, guys. Let me know how you think they did. And overall, I really like them, and I could see myself using them a lot in different scenarios. However, I wish they went just a little bit further in range sometimes. Sometimes they work really good, and sometimes they seem to cut out a little sooner than others. And then I also wish that there was a feature that you can go in and turn off when you get near to each other, how it mutes the volume. I wish you can go in and turn that feature off. Other than that, I think they're going to be great for us, great to use. And if you do consider purchasing these, if you feel like they're right for you, you can get them in a single pack, a double pack, and I believe a 4-pack, and it saves you a couple bucks. So if you're interested, check out the link down below. I will see all of you around on the next one. I'm going to go have some fun with the family. Thanks for watching, everyone. Phew.